Hi everybody, I'm Mike McKee for Weather Plus Kids, where we explain the science behind the weather. You know, wouldn't it be great if you could freeze raindrops like they do here at WonderWorks? Unfortunately, we can't. The rain is actually flowing from the sky to the ground in these little raindrops. Well, to find out how they track these, to help us find out where the rain's going to fall, we use Doppler radar. Let's find out more on how they use Doppler radar. Let's head over to the Weather Plus Weather Studios and find out more. All right, we've popped over to the Weather Plus Studios and we're going to find out how they track that rain that we just saw. So we're here with Weather Plus meteorologist Leslie Hudson, and I'm looking at this really cool picture here, and it's got like all crazy colors and everything. So how do you guys use this to track the rain?
Well, there's all kinds of tools that we use, but the most efficient and the best way we track rain is with the Doppler radar.
Okay, and I see like the different colors there. So what is it? Because I see like all these swirly things going on there and red inside and all that. So what's all that mean?
Well, most folks probably know that this was, certainly folks that live in Florida, this was Hurricane Charlie back in August of 13th of 2004 when it made landfall. This was a major weather event for the state of Florida.
Yep.
And you can tell based on these colors how heavy the rain is coming down. The reds, let me zoom in there so you can get a better look.
Okay.
The reds is the most intense, the heaviest amount of rain that's coming out of that particular, there's the actual eye, beautiful on radar, but very, very dangerous. The reds indicate the highest rain, that's probably 3, 4, 5 inches an hour. Orange is a little less, maybe 2 to 3 inches, and the further out you go, the less the rain is. Yellow is moderate rainfall. The lightest amount of rain reflects in greens.
Okay, and I noticed that like right there at the center, there's no color, or there's like a weird color, but what's that mean?
Well, this is the actual eye wall. That's the actual eye of Hurricane Charlie. So the actual eye itself, remember in the core of a hurricane, there's no weather. So there was no rain there. But
and we're actually seeing that on the Doppler radar.
Yes, yeah, it was it's beautiful to look at. It's a textbook eye of a hurricane, but boy, it really did cause quite a bit of damage, as many people remember back 2 years ago.
Now, what else does this show? Does this show, it's showing rain right now, right?
Yes.
So does it show wind? Does it show hail? Does it show...
It does. It shows all of those things. The radar technology has advanced so much in the last 50 years. Now, I just put on some arrows there, and that's going to show me some of the different types of weather that's going on inside that storm. See, it's telling me that there's winds of 126 miles an hour inside that storm. Movement north-northeast at 19. Take that one off, and we'll do this one. 103 mile per hour winds.
Now, that means that if it's moving northeast at 20, and then you've got that wind speed on the one side of over 100, those people were experiencing winds.
They were experiencing winds very near 100 miles an hour. It really was, it maintained its intensity a lot after it made landfall. So for quite a bit, it came on shore about 140, 45 miles an hour and maintained winds as high as 100 miles an hour before it moved up into central Florida later that night.
Okay, now how do we use this? Because I've seen you guys do these like crazy lines and arrows things.
Yes.
How do you use that to help us tell where the storm's going?
Let's go up into central Florida because there's a great line there that I wanted to actually show you. This particular storm line is, see all the reds there? Remember that I told you that's where all the intense weather is?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to zoom down even tighter. Folks that might be familiar with Orlando know that there's the city. Down here is the SeaWorld area, Disney World, all the attractions are down there. So I'm going to track this storm and see, I'm going to go on the leading edge of where the worst weather is. Remember, the reds is where it's the worst?
Right.
So I'm going to track this storm out. Remember, it's going about 20 miles an hour. So see up here, I've got my forward speed.
Okay, now how do you know it's going 20? Where do you get that information?
Well, remember we just showed you that product. It said it was the movement was towards the northeast at 19 miles an hour. But also in a big event like this, the Hurricane Center is putting out constant information. So we knew the movement was northeast at 19 miles an hour. So I put my arrow out forward speed about 19 miles an hour. And there's all the cities it was going to be impacting over the next several minutes. At Vineland at 132, Dr. Phillips 132. So we would tell viewers that, hey, some pretty intense weather is coming your way in the next couple of minutes.
Okay, got it. And so, but that is really not the core of the storm. That was some kind of outer band.
That was an outer rain band. This was actually a pretty large hurricane, and so some of those outer rain bands were extending 100 miles away from the actual core, which is very common in a landfalling hurricane. So here in central Florida, even though that hurricane was down in the Fort Myers area, which is several hundred miles south of us, we were getting very bad weather here, and we had to let our viewers know.
Got it. Okay, well, I think that really helps. So I hope that that gives you some insight on how meteorologists use Doppler radar to track the storms. For Weather Plus Kids, I'm Mike McKee.